Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you a little bit about the basics of Twinmotion, which is a really great and comprehensive rendering program. You can import models of all different types. So I'm just going to walk you through a little bit of the overview of how the program works and some of its capabilities, and then we'll go a little bit deeper in some of the following tutorials. So when you open up Twinmotion, it runs out of Epic Games, which looks like this here. And it also means that you have to download Epic Games and then download Twinmotion from Epic Games. It's totally free unless you're making like tens of thousands of dollars a year. Um, it's free, so it's great for students and great for small people just wanting to do a little bit of rendering on the side. You can also use it to create gaming, so it's not just for architectural purposes, which is pretty awesome. So some of the really cool features are, I guess I'll walk you through the overview of how the program is set. So as we can see, we have our middle screen here, our main screen, which is our view. And that just shows us everything that we're starting to model. In here, we can see that when we select different parts and different objects, it's correlating with what I like to call these layers here, which, for example, say we don't want this turned on, which I never do, we can just quite simply get rid of it. It's also been put into what Twinmotion calls containers, or what we might understand as folders. And then say we don't want anything here, we can get rid of it all just by simply doing that. We also have the ability to keep, perhaps, say we want to keep the starting landscape, but we don't want the base at all. We can see that there's a subfolder in here, or a sub container. And what we can do is just delete this container altogether, and then we won't have to worry about any of that stuff being there, but we still get to keep our scene graph. Moving on from our layers, we also have these tools here at the top. And basically what they're showing is all different tools to move and model with. So here we've got a rotation tool, so we can actually rotate things like so. Here we have a scale tool, so this is not going to make much difference, but if we did that, we can see that it's scaling the ground for us. And you can set in a certain scale that you want. And then we have all of these other tools that happen more when you're actually modeling. The move tool is probably the best tool to work in because it gives you the ability to rotate and to move, and also just by, if you're just selecting, if you select here, you are moving everything. If you select just this green line, you then have the ability to move a certain distance. And same with the rotation. So just small things like that make the platform really, really simple and easy and fast to navigate through. We also have this color dropper tool, or material picker. So it shows us what material, and let's, for example, say that we have something added in here. So I'm just going into what is our library that sits on the left-hand side. This is the fun stuff here where you can spend hours searching for different materials. So let's, for example, quickly create an object, and we'll just place in this chair here, and let's just zoom into it. There we go. Okay, so we've got our chair, and let's say that we want our chair to look like the ground. So now we've got this material here that's come up on the right hand side, and what we can do is we can drag this and drop it onto any part of this chair, and it automatically changes the material. So now we can see our chair here is the same material as the starting ground. But perhaps we want to play around with this color a little bit more. What we can do is then go to our material libraries, simply duplicate this material. So now this is a new material, and what we have the ability to then do is scale, change the scale of it, and we might change the color of it, change the grunginess of it, and like so. Start to play around a little bit more with the material, which is all controlled in these settings on the side here. There's quite a lot of settings, so materials go quite in depth, and I think one of my favorite parts about this program, especially compared to a lot of other rendering programs such as Enscape, is that you have the ability to customize the material. So we can go back to our library here and we can pick a different material, and we can go into wood. Say we want to have a wooden chair, and we can choose any sort of timber and we can apply that here. We also have the ability to bulk apply. So now you can see that I'm applying this, that because my chair part top and my ground are the same material, according to this setting here, whenever I change this material, I'm replacing all the material that has the same correlating material. So say I just want to change the color of the chair and not the starting ground, which I do in this instance, I have the option to go here and then go apply to object. And what this is going to do is just apply it to that one object face. I also have the ability to then change the color of the timber, which is really handy. So I might want something a little bit darker. That looks quite nice. And then I have the ability to change the way it's scaled as well as the rotation of it. So say my timber grains want to be facing this way instead, I can do that, and I can make it bigger and I can make it smaller. So we are going to go really, really small, I think. And we'll go back to no rotation. Cute. And that's basically a very quick overview of the materials. And they're quite comprehensive. And if you're ever feeling lost, you can quickly type in something. Say I want glass. All of these glass materials are going to come up. And we also have some other cool capabilities within our library here.